And yeah, we're unveiling the new file uploads for forms add-on here today. It was released a couple days ago. And David's put together a few slides to kind of cover some of the use cases, some of the benefits, and what you can do with the file uploads form add-on. So if it's okay with you, David, may I pass it over?
Yeah, so it basically allows whether members or users, depending on the form, to upload and add files when they're submitting a form on the website. Even though it does seem like simple functionality, it really does have a lot of different use cases and can be a pretty powerful tool depending on what you're using it for. So first things first, figured we would go over the supported file types. This should cover virtually all use cases for this feature, but it will support all of the major image formats, so JPEGs, PNGs, GIFs, WebP, PDF files, as well as all Microsoft Office files, both the old file extensions as well as the newer file extensions. So for example, for Word, you have the older .docs as well as the newer docx's. So all of these Word, Excel, PowerPoint, PDFs, and images can be uploaded and attached to form submissions. And so going over which forms this can be enabled on and how you might want to use them. First one being the lead form. A lot of us are using this on the Get Matched page on the website. So if you add the file upload field to the Get Matched form, users will then be able to upload files to maybe provide additional information to support their quote request. So for example, if you have an interior design website and users are coming to your site to get connected with interior designers, and somebody wants to submit a quote request to find out how much their project might end up costing them, it might be beneficial if they attach a PDF of maybe like their floor plan or certain images that they want to pull inspiration from, things like that. So it could give your members a lot more information for what these specific website visitors and potential clients are looking for. The next one being the member contact form. Similar vein, but this would be most likely for users interested in contacting only specific members. So again, this could be, if you have a professionals directory, it could help give the members more information from the users depending on what kind of inquiry it is. The next one being the member verification form. This is actually a really powerful tool that you can enable member verification, kind of similar to like what Twitter does with the blue check marks, or Facebook or YouTube even, but basically puts an additional form in the member's dashboard that they can fill out, provide additional details to you, the website administrator, and based on those additional details that they're providing to you, you can then choose whether or not to verify their listing. And so in this, maybe you would want to have them upload, for example, maybe a photo ID or a business license or something else like that, that really can't be included in just like a text form field, but really does need to be a separate file that needs to be attached with the form submission. So this could really come in handy in that application. And then last one here, post-publishing forms. Files can actually now be attached to published posts. And when a post that has a file attached to it is published, there will be a download button so that users can access that file. So for example, if a event post has been published, maybe there's a meal or a drink voucher that users can download. So instead of just attaching that as an image to the post, you can attach that as like a PDF that they can download and print out or access on their phone. So a lot of different ways this can be utilized and ways that can really provide a lot of additional value to your members, as well as just your general website users and visitors.
Yeah, I want to stick with that lead form one. When we started BD, before we started BD, we had our own directory. We had quite a few directories. Mainly was an interior designer directory to find designers, decorators, or architects, anywhere to help with updating homes and things like that. And the lead form was really popular. We had a lot of visitors filling out the lead form to get connected with the designer. And we even took the time to verify those leads. We'd call them, try to extract more information before we match them with the members so that the lead had good quality and value to ensure that the designers would want to purchase the lead. I can't tell you, I wish we had this file upload tool right now, because if the visitors could upload pictures of their spaces along when they fill out the lead form, the sell-through rate for a lead. We match them with, X amount of designers, and up to 3 designers can purchase a lead. The sell-through rate would be a lot more because there's more credibility with that lead. There's more authenticity, and they could see that it's a real request. They're not just taking a shot in the dark with someone who might just be clicking around and testing around the site. So I think the lead form is going to be a big use case for this. And also when there's job listings, if someone's posting a job opening, and you can have the form where people can follow up with that job request, they can now upload their CV or resume when they're filling out the form, trying to apply for the job, or just to send a message that they're interested in the job. So the member who posted the job opening can now receive resumes if you customize that get matched form and add an upload field and call it like upload your resume. So a lot of use cases, and I think with that, David, we can dive into some of the examples we created, right?
Let's do that. It would also be good to address a question that was typed in on YouTube. They're wanting to know if there's any protection against possible viruses or things like that with the files that are uploaded and attached with form submissions.
That's a great question. The reason it took us so long to get this out, we were supposed to have this out 2 months ago, but we did a lot of QA, a lot of internal testing, just to make sure that everything was sound and utilizing best practices for uploading files around the internet and things like that on a public website. With that said, we're always checking, and we do have bug bounty programs and things like that. So if you see something, say something. We also have third-party bug bounty finders to find vulnerabilities and things like that. And as soon as something is reported to us, we prioritize it, and we always want to patch those things up as quickly as possible. So as far as best practices, we've found that everything seems to be sound. However, if you do notice something, or if one of our bug bounty hunters finds something, then we'll definitely prioritize those items and make sure we address them as quickly as possible.
Excellent. And one last thing, just to kind of put everybody's mind at ease who might be worried about something like this. Matt, co-founder and CTO here at Brilliant Directories, he also chimed in that we do have virus scanners on our systems, and those will detect and auto-delete any files if something does get passed onto those filters.
Yeah, and just by default, it is meant to just accept these file types. So unless someone finds a workaround or the things like that, we're going to try to address those things as quickly as possible. Okay, awesome. So let's go this page here, for example. Let's say this was that interior designer website as an example. So what we've done here is we've modified the get matched form. And let's say you want to send a message to this member, say John Doe, interior designer, and you want to get a quote for remodeling your kitchen or whatever it might be. So you can input your information as normal. I'll go ahead and do that. We'll show you how we added these fields in a second, but let's use them first. That's more fun. So I'll put my name. But here's the magic part. So each of them is an individual file upload. So in this case, we've asked them to upload an image of a room. So you can hit choose image, and we have a sample room here. That's great. And then whatever it might be, upload to, let's say you needed a verification for your contractors or designers who are joining to show that they have a business license. You can always change the labels here and ask for whatever you want. So image of certificate. So, we have this here. And then I'll go ahead, and this is going to be a lead for this sample member. I'll go ahead and submit this. Okay, so the lead's been submitted. The members received an email that there's a lead pending for them, and a preview of the lead, everything except their phone number and email, everything minus the contact information for the lead. I'm logged in as this member, so let me go to my lead section here. And I have some pending leads. So let's look at the one I just entered here in Van Nuys. So if I want to purchase this lead, it's $10. However, I do have some good information here. I see the person's name, their location, the message here. It was a short message in this case. And then I have uploads of their project. So I can see an image of their room. I'll open this in a new tab. So I can see, what they want to remodel. And you can have as many upload fields as you want. You probably don't want to overwhelm the user, but maybe 3 to 5, depending on the use case that you're using this for. And then we can see an image of the certificate. And we can see that here as a sample certificate. It might have been a business license or something that we wanted the user to upload. So we can see that here. Now let's look at how we added this to the get matched form. And this is going to be in the toolbox form manager. And it doesn't have to be the get match form. Maybe you have an application or a contest form on your site, or just the contact us form, and you want to allow people to upload files. You can add the file upload field to any of your forms. So in this case, for the get matched form, we customized the website lead form get matched. You can also clone it and change it and use it in different places for different post types. But what you can do is, let me just add a new field here, and it's right here. It's fancy field, it's file upload fields. And you can go ahead and add a file upload, but let's look at the ones that we already have. So I just used a quick filter here, real handy if you're working in your forms. So we have two file upload fields. One of them was upload 1, image of a room, upload 2, images of a certificate. And you can see the type of field we selected is this file upload field. It's under the fancy fields category here, file upload field. You can make it a required field if you need to. And you can also change the name of what it is. Like, let's just change it to upload your resume as an example. And we'll save the changes. And let's go back to the form and see that this has changed to upload your resume. Let's go back to this guy's profile. And we'll hit send a message. And here we can set, it says upload your resume. So you can really change to whatever you want the visitor to upload in that moment. You can kind of guide them. You can also add some help text below if you need to as well. The way to add help text is here. So if you open up the cog here, you can have, here it is, field help text. In this case, we put attachment 1. So we can change this to something like upload your state business license. And I'll save the changes again. And let's take a look at this here. So we can see here the help text says upload your state business license, and they can choose a file. Maybe they have it in PDF or image format. The file upload field will accept it. So this is one way to utilize the file uploads. The other one, as David mentioned, if we go back here, was the member verification form. So a lot of people have enabled this on their site, and I'm going to share the help document. If you want members to be able to verify themselves so they get the badge next to their name and on their profile page, you have to enable it as an advanced setting. There's a picture of it here. So by default, we've always just asked the member to input plain text information, their name, their email address, and to just fill out the form of why they should be verified. Now they can actually upload a formal piece of documentation on, again, like their business license or something related to being verified for their industry and on your website. It could be as simple as an ID, like their driver's license, just to verify that they are who they say they are with their listing. And actually, let's look at again first what this would look like in their dashboard. So they're in their dashboard, and there is a verify your listing option here when you enable the advanced setting. And you can change all this text. It basically says, verify your identity, and you can change the image of what the badge is in your brand images in general settings. But by default, we would just ask them for some, their state license number, and they would just put in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now you can ask them to upload whatever type of file they need to upload for you to verify them. So let's go ahead and fill this out. So I can upload a photo ID. I have a sample photo ID here. And verification details, please verify me. Okay. So this is just like a contact us form. The website owner will get an email notification when somebody fills out this form, just like their contact us form. And all this data will be included, including a link to the file that was uploaded. But let's click on verify business. So they're not verified yet. Someone has to manually look at what they entered and things like that. And that's where you, the website owner, would get pinged. And if we go to our forms inbox here, that's where the message is going to be sent, just like a contact us form message. We can see here that someone has filled out the verify business form, and we can look at the full inquiry here of what I filled out or what the person filled out. So we see their first name is Jason, their email address, the state license number, tax exemption number, and here it is, the photo ID. So you can click to view the file. Here's that funny message, verify me, and I'll click this, and I can look at this and everything looks good. It's a valid ID, they can't spoof it. So what I can do if I want to verify them in this case is I can go ahead to their, I can click the link to their name, member ID, and this is kind of their detail page within the admin. and we can use the quick edit pop-up and change their listing status to verified is yes. And that's going to put the badge on their profile page and within the search results as well. Again, this is just one use case if you need to extract more information when they're verifying their account. And let's go to the form where we added this. So in the form manager, the form manager here, we have the listing verify account form. That's also a default form that you can customize and add the file upload field. So we can see here, this is a copy of what I saw within my member dashboard. And if you want to just quickly get to the upload field, or you need to add a field, you can always add a field and choose file upload field. And I'll just search for the one that we already added. Filter for upload. So here it is. We asked them for a photo ID. We can ask for a state license certificate or whatever it might be, and it will change what you're asking for here. So pretty simple, pretty straightforward. Each one is for a single file upload. So maybe you need to have a couple of them on the page, but now you'll receive the file uploads with the leads in the forms inbox. When you receive email notifications, when there's new forms filled out on your site and you get notification emails, the file uploads files will be included there as well. Okay, great. Well, hopefully we'll see how the community uses this in the Facebook group. I'm sure questions will come up. We'll see some really unique use cases with this, but I'm really happy that we were able to deliver it. And again, if you have the VIP add-ons club, you have this field type in your form manager now, so you can customize your forms and you can add file upload fields to those forms.